Hello everyone, my name is the Ultimate Spy, and welcome to another episode of Reviewed number 176. And today, I'm going to be reviewing the movie Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. So what did I think of Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit? I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a joy, honestly. It was actually the first film from the Wallace and Gromit characters, which is fantastic, because it was so good. It's just amazing because I saw those shorts. I mean, Wallace and Gromit is like one of the earliest stop-motion animated films. In fact, it came out before Laika was even a thing, before like their films took off and became a worldwide phenomenon. Or at least some of them anyway. And this movie was no different. I think I might have seen it in the theater, but I can't remember exactly. I feel like it did. I don't remember though. But still, I really enjoyed watching this movie, especially since I've seen all the shorts and I kind of know the characters very well. I know that like it spawned Shaun the Sheep. I never watched that, honestly. It just didn't really interest me. But Wallace and Gromit, I love everything about it. The theme song, the characters, Wallace himself, who's just like, cheese. And obviously my favorite line from one of the shorts where they're going to space is, "We forgot the crackers, Gromit." I love that. But for this film, it was special and different. It had a very interesting story. What's interesting about this one, though, is the opening. I don't think it was actually present in the shorts that they did, but in the opening scene, we see like pictures of Wallace and Gromit throughout the years. You know, from Wallace starting out as a pup, which is so cute, by the way. You know, and then obviously Wallace losing his hair. And it just kind of shows their friendship. Shows that they're the best of friends. But I definitely feel like my favorite aspect of this film was the contraptions. I mean, it's always been a part of the Wallace and Gromit name. Like, the brand, they always have like these contraptions, like their home inventions that, you know, get them out of the bed in the morning. All these shoots. It's amazing. Like, all these just things that help them get up in the morning. It's fantastic. I just love everything about it. You know, everything they invent, because they're basically inventors. But, I mean, in this film particularly, they are basically a pest infestation service, specifically for rabbits. Their job is to get rid of rabbits who are eating vegetables from people around the town. And yeah, I love the contraptions. They're so fun. Just seeing everything come together, it's incredible. I mean, especially in stop motion. It must have taken ages to do all that animation. And speaking of which, they're in the sequence when Wallace and Gromit are drinking coffee, their morning coffee. It's obvious that Gromit doesn't have a mouth because he's a mute dog. Because, you know, not all dogs talk, even if they're on their hind legs. And Gromit does technically have a mouth. It's not like seen though. It's basically like an invisible mouth, because when you see him drink his coffee, it does go down. So it's clear that he does have a mouth, but it's just not seen. So that's something I never really thought about. Like, oh, he doesn't have a mouth. He's just never given a mouth in the animation for the modeling. But no, he has a mouth. You don't see it. It's like invisible, quite literally invisible. So I like that a lot. That was a really cool thing. And one of the things I like about one of the contraptions in Wallace and Gromit is how, aside from, like, you know, the assistance contraption that basically gets help Wallace needs to get out of bed. But there's a scene where Gromit is chopping up carrots for the rabbits, and he just puts in that little shit for the rabbits because apparently they take care of rabbits, and it's just so amazing. I love that. I like that a lot. That was a really cool idea about having like these chutes that can, you know, feed rabbits. It's really cool. I like it a lot. And there's also a montage of Gromit using his inventing skills to make an entire like cage for the rabbit hutch. It's incredible. I really like it a lot. It's truly awe-inspiring to see that come together. One of the cool things about Gromit that I forgot, I don't know if it was part of the shorts at all, but Gromit, I mean, he's obviously a dog, so he would normally walk on all four legs, but most of the time you see him on all hind legs. But he does actually walk on all fours. I mean, he only does it when he needs to, when he has the necessity to do it, but it's just, you know, it's a cool thing to know. He is a normal dog, but he often walks on hind legs, which is very unusual for a dog, but this is a cartoon, so what do you expect? But still, it was just cool to see him behave like a normal dog. Now, one of the things that I found really weird about this film was that a lot of people in the film, they either have physical mouths, like, you know, actual like lips drawn onto their faces via the animators, or their mouths are like part of their faces, like Wallace. Obviously, it's weird how they do that. Like, not everyone does. Like only a few people actually have actual like lips on their faces, but most of the time, the characters you see have just like actual mouths, like a part of their face, which is it's weird and different and odd. I think I don't know. I never really thought about it that way. I guess it's a cool little. It's a cool little thing to think about. Now, one of the interesting foreshadowings with this movie was Tati being the good person and then Victor being the evil person. Because there's a scene in the church where Lady Tonnington, she goes onto the podium, and behind her are like these angel wings, and it basically symbolizes that she is a very good person. Like she's like, well, not the hero, but like she's just a good person to trust. Like she's the one who ends up being trustworthy in the end. As Victor, he stands in front of a pitchfork, which kind of I guess forms under near his head where it looks like a devil. So it's kind of, I think in that way it kind of makes him seem like that it's foreshadowing that he's actually going to become the villain in the end, which he does. Which I think it's a clever idea to do it. It's a clever idea to foreshadow that's going to happen. He does end up becoming the villain in the end. Now, one of my favorite characters in this movie is Hutch. He is the rabbit that gets, I guess, mind melded with Wallace and vice versa. Like they basically their brains become different. In fact, Hutch is the reason why Wallace turns into the were-rabbit in the first place. Why he transforms during the film was because Wallace accidentally blew all the rabbits out, so that one of them escaped and is able to like pour its brain into Wallace, and then vice versa. It's basically like swapping their brains, and so Wallace unfortunately becomes a were-rabbit at night when at full moon he transforms into a were-rabbit. That's why it's called the Curse of the Were-Rabbits. And the Hutch gets bigger and it has the green vest that Wallace wears, and then it has like the intelligence of Wallace with a high pitched voice. It's basically the same voice as Wallace except high pitch, and it's so funny. It's like because he's basically a talking rabbit. It's so funny, and I love it because basically it's just the weirdest thing ever. I mean, I don't even know why it happened in the first place, but apparently that's just the way it is, and it's a fantastic character. I love Hutch because he acts exactly like Wallace. He's so funny. I love him. That's probably one of the funniest moments in this movie. I mean, there were good moments in the film, but the one that was really funny was so Gromit and Philip. Philip is Victor's dog, the villain of the story, and they're in this like plane ride thing, like a plane that you see on a physical like ride at a theme park or a carnival, and they're in the plane, and it runs out of gas, and it needs like coins to let go to make it go, and so it stops, and Wallace and Philip both each other like their little dog purses, and it's so cute because it's just like this moment where Wallace tried to find some coins, and then Philip was like, "Oh, I have my doggy purse. Oh, there you go." It is so cute and it's so funny. I love it. That was a great moment. Now, like I said before about Wallace turning into the were-rabbit, it's unknown how the curse is lifted, but I guess we assume that Wallace himself is the reason because he sacrifices himself to save Gromit's life. And I guess that's enough to free himself from the curse of being the were-rabbit at the full moon. I guess I don't know what that's about. But still, yeah. Apparently that's what happened, I guess. I don't really know. It's not really clear about what exactly happened, but I guess that's what happened. I don't know. I can't really come up with a better idea than that. But also, one of the last things that I want to talk about before I wrap this up, because I don't really have much else I can talk about besides what I've already said. It's just overall I really enjoyed the film, is the cast. Now, there's not a lot of actors that I recognize from this film, but there was two that they had in this film that I really enjoyed. Two Harry Potter actors. One of them was Ralph Fiennes, or I guess Rafe Fiennes. I don't know how I pronounce it. There's an L, PH. Apparently that it's the British way of saying it's Ray, apparently, and the way it's either Ray or Ralph. It's either Ray or Rafe. I don't really understand how that works. Apparently it's a British thing. I don't know. But he's the voice of Victor. He obviously plays Voldemort in Harry Potter. And then there's Helen Bonham Carter, who voices Toddy, or Lady Toddington. And this is actually one of the films that came out before she began playing one of her more famous roles of Bellatrix in the Harry Potter series, notably Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, and both Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. There were many films. There were about, 39 before this movie came out, but, this was a film that came out before she was even part of the Harry Potter universe. Before she even became famous because of that. I looked it up, and apparently she was in 39 other films before then. So, that's crazy. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. It's a fantastic film. It's an overall really fun movie. The animation is amazing. Obviously, stop motion is amazing as well. So I'm gonna leave this movie with a. I really didn't have anything against it. I didn't have anything I can say about that is really horrible about it. So I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. It really, I had no issues with it. It was a fantastic film. So that's all I'm gonna say. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Reviewed. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button. I really appreciate it. And if you are new to this channel, subscribe for more episodes of this series and other series that I do, as well as other good content. Also make sure to click that bell to enable alerts to those anime uploads, and I'll be back next week with another episode. Alright? See ya.